Hello, hello. Hopefully you all can hear me. I'm having a bit of technical difficulties. It seems like it took a moment for stream to start. There is a 30-second delay, just in case. I would need to mod for anything, but it does seem like it's taking a bit longer delayed than normal. So if it takes me a while to respond to your comment, please know I'm not ignoring you. I just am not sure why the delay is so delayed. Right now, I think it's showing almost a 2-minute delay, at least on my end. For you all, it will look like nothing. So please let me know if you can hear everything and everything is looking good. So I would really appreciate it. Welcome. Please feel free to introduce yourself if you are comfortable in the chat. Let us know where you're writing from, what you're working on, what kind of genre you're writing, how many words you've written so far. If you haven't written any, I have my word count, and it's not a lot. I tend not to stress about the everyday writing. I know that's pretty big for NaNoWriMo. And if you don't know, NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month, and it is... I love it. Personally, it's a good Kickstarter to get working on projects that I've been putting off. So, yeah, always a good time. It looks like I might be really loud. I'm going to turn myself down just a little bit, and you might hear my computer acting up. It does that. It's not built for this, apparently. But, yeah, NaNoWriMo is... just a really great time to get together and write and whatnot. So we're going to be doing some writing sprints today, and if you don't know what that is, basically we will write for 30 minutes straight, and then we'll take a short break, and then we'll do it again. And we're planned for about an hour and a half tonight. I figure we'll have about 30 minutes. We'll have a little bit here at the beginning, in the middle to catch up and whatnot, and then a little bit at the end, but mostly we're just going to be writing for about an hour tonight. And I do have a writing screen. There is going to be a timer that will be on the screen over here, and there is going to be some rainy ambience. So I thought that would be nice to kind of write to some rain. I will have myself muted so you don't like hear me typing away. But if that bothers you for whatever reason, you are more than welcome to lower the volume on that or turn off the volume on that and just check back and see, if we've come back and chatted. But it shouldn't be super loud. If it is really loud, I can lower it as well. I just know that I tend to like to write with a little bit of background sound, but nothing I don't tend to like music a whole lot, but I do like rain and fireplaces and things like that. So... But yeah, if you are a first-time nanoer, please let me know. If you are a nano vet, please let me know. This is my 7th year participating, and I'm hoping to get my 6th win this year. I've won 5 times now, and to be a winner, it just means that you write 50,000 words in November. That's all you got to do to win. And if anyone isn't familiar with the website, I would highly recommend going and checking out the website. It's a really great website. It has a ton of resources for writers, anyone who's interested in self-publishing. They do a lot of emails at the end of November talking about what to do now. Now that you've written the story, what do you do now? And there's a lot of groups that get together and do editing and whatnot. So the website is just a really fantastic resource. They have forums on there that you can go on, and forums on there that you can go and meet with other writers. There's a whole group on Maryland, so feel free to go check that out. As I said, I would highly recommend it, and that's where you get your official badges and whatnot and your certificate. They have a ton of coupons that you can get, and you get an even bigger discount if you win for certain writing services, so it's really great. Anyway, I feel like I've talked a lot. I feel like I've done a good bit of introductions there, but yeah, feel free to put into chat what you're working on. Again, if you're comfortable. If not, again, this is more of just a hang out with me, write with me kind of situation. I thought that this would be a little easier. I know Zoom, sometimes a lot of people don't feel comfortable being on screen or having to feel like they have to say something, so I thought this might be a nice, cozier, down-to-earth type thing. So, yeah. Hi, Meredith. Hello. Well, welcome in. Your first time at a write-in? Oh my gosh, you're starting at 5,000. That's so fantastic because that is the word goal. Oh gosh, it's hard to point looking backwards on my screen, but the NaNoWriMo official word goal of the day is 5,000. So excited to have you here, Meredith, and I'm sorry for the delay. I don't know what to do about the delay, but anyway, welcome. Yeah, this is this year the genre that I am writing from. I normally write fantasy, and this year I decided to do like a dark academia vampire book. You know, I'm just really in vampires are making a comeback, and I couldn't help myself. I was like, I want to write about vampires too. And I really want to take a lot of inspiration from Lord Byron because a lot of people thought he was a vampire because he was so creepy. And I was like, I want to incorporate some of that into my writing. So yeah, I tend to be I'm not a big planner. They call me more of a pantser, but I consider myself more of a plantser. So I do a little bit of planning, but for the most part, I just start with like basically nothing, a really simple outline every time. So, but yeah, I know last year I did like a romance because COVID hit and my brain could not like do any hard work. It's like, I just want something cute and fluffy. So, of course, all works of literature are fantastic, and I'm here to support all of it. So, but yes, welcome in. Too busy writing and preparing for the Copenhagen Book Fair? Oh no! Yes, you are more than welcome to sprint. If anyone else joins, you can do writing. A lot of times I join people and I read. I'll do reading sprints. I'm really big into reading sprints. So anyone is more than welcome. You can also just do productivity sprints. That's pretty big too. If you find that you need to do something in 30 minutes time, it's a great time, and then just take a break. So whatever you are here to join with, feel free to do it. It doesn't have to just be writing. We just thought this was the time to write since it's National Novel Writing Month. So, but yes, howdy yourself. Welcome in. All right, I am gonna go ahead, and I think we could go ahead and start with the first sprint. I tend to talk a lot. It's a skill and a weakness, I feel like sometimes. So, yeah, feel free to get cozy. I got myself some tea. I'm going to be writing. You guys will see my interesting writing faces. Always a good thing. So I figure we can go ahead and start the first sprint here. I know the timing's a bit odd, but we'll go ahead and start the first sprint. And again, let me know if the background noise is too much. I can turn it down. I can turn it off, whatever works for everyone. So let me go ahead and get that started, and I'll mute myself, and I will see you all on the other side. I never want to startle anyone, but it's hard to come back from those and not startle people sometimes. Also, welcome in. I saw that there were some people that came in after I started Catered Magic. This is your 11th Nano, and you've won 3 times. That is amazing. Justin, you wrote 112,000 words in 100 days. That is so impressive as well. Been doing Nano for 6 or 7 years, and you've won once. Well, you know, every year is worth trying. So I feel like you can do it this year. Yeah, my thing is I don't tend to worry about it in the beginning, and then I write everything in the last week. I think last year I wrote 40,000 words in 1 week. I find it difficult to stick to a project. I feel that way too. And I'm always happy when I finish. I don't think I've ever actually finished a draft all the way through. And I saw Dylan. Dylan, I don't know if you're still here. Hello. It's always interesting to see a familiar name pop up in chat. Was not expecting that at all. How many words did you all get out? I'm gonna update my word count here because I wrote about 500 words. So I'm now over 1,000 words in. A lot of descriptive words, I feel like. I always feel like at the beginning I'm very descriptive and building atmosphere, and then by the end of November I'm just like pounding out random words. I'm like, good enough, good enough. Began writing sci-fi, and cyberpunk, sensing that reality caught up on these genres and they attracted many new writers. A mystery instead. Hey, whatever works. You know, I'm a big mood reader, and I'm also a big mood writer. So I tend to write whatever I'm feeling. So I'm also kind of working a bit on a mystery, but it's much more of a, I guess, dark horror almost. Horror, paranormal. So I'm the same way. I kind of do a little bit of everything. 584 words. I feel like that's good. That's like a good 30-minute sprint. I feel like that's pretty average. It's probably about what I had as well. So that's awesome. To be productive, will stay on until Survivor comes on. Dylan, what were you reading? Are you just doing productive stuff? 462. Great. That's fantastic. 5,000 total. You are killing it already. Just absolutely killing it, Meredith. That is awesome. I don't even worry. I know someone asked me yesterday if I hit my word goal yesterday, and I'm like, I didn't even write. I didn't have time yesterday. I'll do it some other time. That's awesome, though. I have found, so I think last year was the first time I tuned into some virtual writing sprints, and it was a game changer. I got so much more done. Like, just, it's like someone is holding you accountable, essentially. Like, you have to sit down and write with this person. So writing sprints, and you can go on YouTube at any time of day and you will find someone during this month hosting a writing sprint. So, you know, if you ever need motivation, or reading sprints, productivity sprints, any of those, they kind of do the same thing. Some of them do 15 minutes at a time. I tend to find 30 minutes. 15 minutes to me, it takes me a little bit to get into the groove, and 15 minutes just never enough time for me. And sometimes more than 30 minutes, I get restless. I need like a break, and I need to do things. And I'm sure you can see I'm constantly like, I had to write down some notes. I always keep a notebook to write down notes of things. It's like, oh, I just realized like I didn't think of a last name for this character, and I might need that. Let me look up that stuff. I also keep like a name bank list of names that I want to use. So you're a mood reader and writer too. Yeah, I read anything and everything. I feel like when some people are specific about a genre that they read, I just read anything and everything. I don't have a taste. It's whatever I'm feeling and whatever I enjoy. I think I'm tricking myself. I said I was going to do reverse nano, really failing at that. What is reverse nano? I'm not familiar. What is reverse nano? Like, what is that? Like reading instead? 4K today, English slowing you down. It isn't your native language. I'm sure that's tough. Are you writing in English, or is it like a bilingual text? Like I'm interested to know. But 4,000 words, that's a lot. That's really impressive. I'm always so impressed with just how motivated people can get. Like I said, I wrote 40,000 words in a week last year because I was like, I'm gonna get it done. I just, you know, dilly-dallied around all month, and now it's time to get it done. And it's the second time I've done that. I did that, I guess 4 years ago now. I did that too. I thought I gave up on Nano, and then the last week I was like, I refuse to give up. I'm on a winning streak. I'm gonna do it. And I wrote everything within like a week and a half. I got up early and I stayed up late. So, but yeah. I just am always super impressed with just the dedication that people have during Nano. Has anyone participated in Camp NaNoWriMo before? I call it Rimo. I mix it up a good bit. I'm checking my phone. Chat is a little quicker on my phone, so if I'm looking down, it's because chat, for whatever reason, is being quicker over there. Reverse nano is when you start with really high daily word counts. Oh, and it decreases throughout the month. Ah, okay. Now, see, I feel like that's the smart thing to do. To start off strong, and then, like, not make it as much work. And then there's me, who does it the other way. But I feel like that would be really smart, to, like, get everything out in one go. Like, in the beginning, do all the really hard stuff. Now, did you all outline? Do you outline first, or are you just, like, going in? Just going in willy-nilly and doing it? Because I have a really sparse outline, and I do everything on Google. I use Google Docs. I have a really fancy writing software that I use sometimes, but Google, I can count on Google to save itself. It auto-saves, which saves me the stress of worrying about if I'm going to lose something or not. Reading whatever you find good, no specific genre, yeah. No favorite author, adore the writing style of John Crowley, J.G. Ballard, Mallow Hopkinson, Samuel Delany. I'm not too sure I'm familiar with any of those. But I feel like my author inspirations are all over the board. I love Neil Gaiman's writing, but I don't think I could ever write that way. And in the same vein, Kat Howard writes very similarly to that, and I adore their writing so much. Leigh Bardugo, who does fantasy, I like her writing a good bit. She's definitely grown as a writer over the years. Laini Taylor, Strange the Dreamer, is one of my all-time favorites. Madeline Miller. You've never actually found time for Nano? Maybe one day. Well, the thing is, there's Camp Nano. Camp Nano happens several times throughout the year. It's a much smaller version of Nano. You tried Camp, but it rarely works. You finished the draft during a camp. That's good. I've considered using camps to go back and finish a draft that I've started during Nano, because I don't think I could start a new project during Camp Nano. But I've considered it because, you know, it's like a smaller version of Nano. It's less stressful. Not a plotter. Only composing a bit in my mind. Yeah, I feel too, a lot of times in the past, I've written really extensive outlines, and then I get into it, and my characters decide what they're doing. Like, they have a mind of their own. Once they're on the page, they got it from there. So then my outline does nothing, because my characters have decided that they're not doing that. They want to do something else. So And the best is when you're writing and you have a eureka moment and something amazing just pops into your brain in that moment. It's like, this is so good. This is so good. It's always just a fantastic moment. Well, since you all are familiar with writing and whatnot, do you have like any tips to share? I know mine is just to find your group, to find people who motivate you, to find a groove that works for you. I have a really great friend group who really support me during this time as well, and always check in. They're like, hey, have you written recently? How you doing? Do you need snacks? So that's always really helpful. I have a lot of friends who participate as well, and I do a lot of these virtual writing sprints. I like to participate in a lot of those, and I feel like that's really helpful. And I think just finding a groove, it took me a while because I tried to do some really extensive planning in the past, and it just didn't work for me. So I think finding your groove. But any tips and tricks that you all have, feel free to plop it down. 80% of my character deaths are not my choosing. Yeah, it's the characters doing their own thing, right? Oh, I love killing off characters, though. I love it. The best is when you have a side character and you're writing the side character and all of a sudden you're like, I love the side characters so much that I want them to be the main character. So let's try to add a whole nother storyline in here because I need this character to have more pages. I feel like I write my side characters way better than my main characters. I will have to check them out, Justin, because I am just not familiar with any of those. What genre do they write in? Like literary fiction? Sci-fi? I'm unfamiliar. I'm feeling uneducated on some of these authors. But yeah, I do think, your characters do their own thing. Your story takes, has a mind of its own. So there's that. Do we think that we are ready for our next sprint? We do. I mean, my time is so much different than I feel like the actual time of the stream that's happening because of the delay, the very weird delay happening. I'm not too sure. Best advice, forget about mentors, agents, editors, marketing. Put your heart and soul into your writing. Yes, make your beta readers laugh and cry. Leave them breathless. It works. Yeah, the rest will follow. Yes. Yes, I feel like, stories are so personal. You end up putting so much of yourself into stories. And, if you're worried about what everyone else wants and what you think is going to work best, it just doesn't come off, I feel like, as genuine as something that you really want to do. So, yeah. I feel that's great advice. That is great advice, Justin. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Great point. But yeah, I think we could go ahead because I'm showing that we have a little over 30 minutes left. So we have about, on my screen, it's showing probably close to like 35 minutes left, which would give us a few minutes to regroup afterwards. So if we're ready, if you get your stretches in really quick, things like that. I don't know what these stretches are, but feel free to get your stretches in really quick. But we'll go ahead and start the next one. Oh, sometimes I've added the word count I want to meet on the Nano site, and then I meet the goal out of guilt. Oh my god, that's fantastic, though. I love that. That's really fantastic. All right. I'm going to mute myself again, and we'll go back to being productive. And I will see you all on the other side. I hope I didn't scare anyone. I'm just making a note really quick. How did we do? How do we do that sprint? I am like really in the groove. I'm really in the groove. I could have kept writing. I just could have. I had to double check, and I was like, oh, the timer's almost up. I felt like I got a lot out that one. Again, a lot of descriptors, but it is what it is. Got to build the atmosphere. So, will these be every Wednesday? So, this Wednesday, next Wednesday will actually be at noon Eastern Standard Time. I threw in one midday one. There are other writing sprints happening at 7 p.m. through if you could go on the NaNoWriMo website, if you're looking for them, there's a regional calendar, and there is someone who's doing sprints on Zoom, I believe, at 7 p.m. and I was trying not to interfere with too many other people's regional events that they were doing. So we do have one midday one next week, and it's noon to 1:30 Eastern Standard Time, and then the Wednesday after that, I believe we have one. There isn't one the week of Thanksgiving because I don't work that week. But then we're doing one on that Monday. It's the last Monday because then I think the next day is the last day of NaNoWriMo. So I wanted to throw one last one in there, and of course Wednesday would have been too late. So yes, we have the next 3 Wednesdays at least. They just are at different times. I hope that's not too confusing. However, if you're ever looking for just some really casual writing sprints, there are a ton of people doing them right now. So you can always just use YouTube search and just type in writing sprints, and guaranteed someone will be doing them. Up to 6,000. Woo! You go, Meredith. You are killing it. You are killing it. 404 words. Woo! The calendar for the regional events. Yeah, I do think that there is a calendar for the regional events. I could find, it depends on what region you're in, because I would think if you're here, you're in Maryland. So if your region is Maryland, we are on there, and then there are other ones happening on the regional calendar. I could find a link for anyone who, you give me one moment, I can find that and link that so that you will know where to find it. I do think the NaNoWriMo website is a little hard to navigate at times, I will say. But I think if you go to community, home region, and then you go to the regional calendar, I'm going to see if I can share Maryland's in the chat. Oh, it's going to be complicated. It's making me be complicated. It's making me do all this stuff. All right, let's see if I can find it here. I should be able to drop it in the chat. You might hear you might hear my voice echo for a second. Yeah. So there is the regional one, if you need it. So, but yeah, there's all kinds of events happening. There's all different ones, and I do think some of them are a little more personal, where you really get to interact with people. I was trying to just keep this safe and casual, but I do think there are people doing Zooms. I think there's some doing Google Hangouts and stuff. So, you know, whatever is your groove, whatever works for you. So, but yeah, you all did fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me. I know my total word count. Let me pop it in here real quick. I wrote a little over 400 words. Oh, that's not it. That was not it. I'm putting the wrong thing. I think I'm about 1,900 and some words now. I think that's about where I'm at. So, yeah, about a good many more. Yeah, definitely check your regional calendars to see, you know, what everyone's doing in your region. There are official, I think they're come write-ins. I think that's what it's called. And Allegheny County Library is one, so we're listed on there as some of the official come write-in locations. So, but yeah, just check your regional libraries, see what everyone else is doing. But yeah, that is all that I have for tonight. So, thank you all. Could I share what my experiences is? So I haven't personally joined any of the Zoom or Google ones yet. So I can't confirm what they're like. I am assuming, based on the descriptions of the ones that I've seen, that you get together and it's kind of like you're all in a room together. So if you choose to have your camera on and your mic on, and then you can actually feel like you're in a room talking about like how your writing experience is going. That's what I'm going to assume that it is like, because that is how Zoom and Google work. I would think that if they were just doing something like this, they would use something else like YouTube. But I do believe that it's a lot more of interaction than just me. than just me here reading your chats. So they could be something if you're looking for a little more connection, but yeah, if that makes sense. I am going to attend some, so I will report back next time on how my experience went. You're also welcome to. This is recorded and it should stay up, and you're welcome to come just rewatch this. If you would like, it will stay up and you can rewatch it at any time and use those 30-minute timers on your own. So you're free to do that as well. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you. I hope that you have a great rest of your writing, and hopefully I will see you at some of the other writing sprints in the future. Be sure to check back and see what's going on. So thank you all. I hope that you all have a really great rest of your